Welcome. I'm RofhiwaReneilwe and welcome to the family, baby. Without wasting any of your time, just make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on the side so that you can be notified each and every time I post. The first thing that we're doing on my client's face is starting with the eyebrows before doing anything else. So I'm just using a brow gel to brush the brows up, and after that I'm just going to be using a powder. You can use any powder of your choice so that you can have a clean slate to work with. And I just took out my pencil. I'm just drawing out straight lines. This is the easiest step. And after that I'm just taking the concealer, shaping out the brows. And in the beginning of the brows I use a concealer which is of her shade to avoid the brows to be looking all weird and all colorful. The next step that I'm going to be doing is the skin preparation. This is very essential because it's going to make sure that your skin looks flawless and it's going to stay on for long, and to avoid the cracking as well. So I'm just applying a moisturizer and a primer onto her skin. So now let's move on to the eyeshadows. This is to just do the base. I'm going to be showing you guys on the one side of the eye. I'm just going to use a tape there so that the eyeshadow doesn't go all over the place. The first color that I'm going to do next to the brows is going to be brown, and then I move on to the lavender color. You just have to check what I'm doing, and the maroon as well. I'm just doing it layer by layer. And on her eyelids I'm going to go ahead with the color pink. She said she wanted a pink look, and on the outer side I'm using maroon. When I'm done with that, I go ahead and take the eyeliner. I'm just going to be eyelining her eyelids. So I just go ahead and put on the eyelashes because I had already put the glue so that they can just stick on like a magnet and not be wet. After when I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead with the foundation. I use the color which is her shade. That is very important. When I'm done applying, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. So you can just go blend. Watch how I do it. After I'm done blending, I'm just gonna take a concealer which is 2 shades lighter than her skin foundation, and I'm going to place in those specific areas that are being shown there on the video. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna wait for the concealer to be a bit dry, and then I can go ahead and blend accordingly. Once I'm done blending, I'm gonna move on to the next step, which is taking my compact powder and brushing it all over her face to make sure that the skin is going to be matte, it doesn't shine, and so that all the products that I've been putting should stay in place. And the next step is contouring. I'm just going to contour on her cheeks, the jawline, and the forehead, not forgetting the nose. You're going to see that as the video progresses. And when I'm done doing all of that work, I am just going to blend, and the contouring product you're using has to be of a darker color so that you can have a more structured look. Your face is going to be more defined, your cheekbones and the jawline, they are going to be more defined as well. So when you're done with that, you're just gonna blend the product. Don't be afraid to blend. Blending is the most crucial step when doing the client's face. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the nose contouring. I'm going to make a thin line. The thinner the line, the smaller the nose. You don't have to do the wide look because the nose is going to be bigger. It will look bigger than it is. So you just have to make sure that you make a thin line, and the rest is history, trust me. Some of the clips were cut, but I am going to be baking. I am using a translucent powder and a banana powder at the same time. I'm putting them at the back of my hand, then apply it to my client's face. I am using it on her nose, on her forehead, under eyes, chin, on top of the mouth, and the jawline as well. And when I'm done that, I am just gonna take my soft sponge and then I'm going to brush and blend that product well. If it's too much, you see there I am brushing it. I'm just removing the excess product, and I move on to the blush. I'm using the pink blush because she wanted a more pinkish look, and then I put it on her cheeks, and then I started blending inwards and outwards. Now let's go on to highlighting the face. I'm using a highlighter on her cheeks, the upper cheeks, and then I'm just brushing it. It's easy. Then I go in with the nose highlighting. I'm just using a little bit of product, not too much because the line is going to be too strong. And when I'm done, I'm just gonna go under eyes and just do a black line. She wanted her eyes to be popping, to be lighter. And I go on to the lips. This is my favorite part. I am using the color brown on the outer lips, and then on the inner lips, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and use the color pink. A tip: make sure that you tell the clients should pat her mouth, not smear it. You see exactly how she's doing it. The next lippy that I'm going to do is the color nude. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it. It's very simple. After I'm done with that, before applying setting spray, I'll just go ahead and do some few touch-ups where I feel that it is necessary to make the look complete. And then when I'm done, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that setting spray. This ensures that your makeup stays forever, and you just have to wait for it to be dry. And voila, that's how we look. This is how she looks. She was happy with the final look. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on the side so that you can be notified each and every time I post. Thanks for watching. Bye.